Downhill skating can be incredibly scary, but it should not ruin your skating experiences or your whole skating career. My name is Victor Thorpe. I've been skating for my entire life, 25 years of inline skating, urban skating, all types of skating, and I enjoy going down more than I enjoy going up hills. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can get comfortable and safe anytime you descend any hill. But before we get too far, I want to talk about a few basics, recommendations that I think you should use. Start out with these, keep them in your mind as you learn how to be comfortable going downhill. The first one is, when you're learning this, find somewhere safe. Find somewhere that's not too trafficked, find somewhere with smooth tarmac, find a hill or even a mountain that you're familiar with, that you've done in a car, or even better, on a bike with brakes. That will make it feel so much better. Also, wear a helmet. If you're not super comfortable, put on wrist guards, elbow guards, knee pads. Equipment is cool, especially if you want to avoid concussions and just feel safer as you do this. All right, now we got that on point. Next thing is how to actually skate going downhill to be safe. Position is the first thing we're going to touch base on. You do not want your legs to be extended. Up here, I have no maneuverability. You want to get down here, because here, if anything happens, you're agile. You can jump around here and you can maintain that balance. Whereas if you're staying up here, any rock, any crack in the road, any car coming out from the side, you can't do anything. I can't even steer when I'm up here. So you do want to be down here. You also don't want your legs this close, because again, that gives me no maneuverability to the side. You would want a little bit of space between them. And then finally, you also want one skate slightly ahead of the other. Because you've seen ski jumpers, there's a reason they land this way. Here, you can move backwards, forwards, side, side, and if something hits one skate, I can catch it on the other. So that is your safe position. Your arms, I've probably seen YouTube videos of people doing this or this. Keep them here. The rest is just for aerodynamics. If you feel uncomfortable, have them out there. They can always help you as like balance tools. So do make use of them for that. You shouldn't be waving around in the air, but just in a steady, stable position. Now that's the position. So once you got that, you're already gonna feel a lot more comfortable going down hills, simply because you know if anything unexpected comes up, you can handle it. Now, going down, the big thing is, I think that's the fear. Personally, I can also relate to that. What if I can't brake? What if you just continue to go faster and faster and faster, and then ultimately, what happens? Are you gonna fly off the road into a truck? You don't know. So a good thing to just get, comfortable with firsthand here is this. That is called a T-brake. This is what I consider an emergency brake. It's not comfortable, it's not good for the wheels, not good for the joints, but if it is a dangerous situation, you can do this. And you can stop, I think I'm on a 5-6% downhill here, you can stop fairly fast. The next one, not a big fan, but it is better than touching a car, is kamikaze. You simply just go off-road and glide into the grass. Like, as you can imagine, that one comes with some risk, but put your center of gravity a little backwards here. Again, separate your feet, and then you would be surprised at what speed you can just jump off a road and stop skating. And those are the emergency brakes, but I figured let's get those figured out first. So if the rest is not sufficient for you, then you will know what to do. I even as a kid, we learned how to roll fall. If it got to the point where like, well, now we are crashing, how do you fall comfortably? By rolling around instead of cracking your collarbone. I don't think we need to get to that point. Hopefully this will be enough. Now, speed control. Just gonna show it here in the downhill. Easy way, if there are no cars, no nothing, you can simply just slalom. So now I'm up to speed, I continue to accelerate even just standing. Well, if I do this, I'm gonna come to a standstill. So that is one of them. That one takes a little more space. So obviously you would need that if it's a big road, you're on a small bike path, it might not be as efficient. But that is where you want to use this next one, the plow or the skier. So simply just take some big steps, point the skates in, put a little bit more pressure forward on the knees, and that's also gonna slow you down and eventually stop. I hope this was helpful. As a final thing here, don't go too big too fast in terms of equipment, because if you're not comfortable on it, if you're not stable, all of these things I just explained are gonna be so difficult. So go for smaller wheels if you're new. Find a boot that can really support you. Make sure your frames are dialed in so that if you're relaxed on top of them, you don't tilt in, tilt out, you're right there. Then you don't have to focus on overcompensating and being unstable in the first place, in addition to going, downhill at I don't know what speed. So make sure those are good, that you're, thumbs up on all the equipment before you go hammer down mountains. I also made a training plan called Fitness to Speed. At first I planned it to be how do you go from fitness skates to speed skates, but then realized I think it's much more just how do you get comfortable. It's all these things, maneuverability and just being agile on skates becoming a natural. And I think when you're 10 years old, it's just happening. But if you're an adult skater, this is not something that happens naturally. So I recommend you to do that training plan. It's $50 and you have it for life. I promise it's gonna make a big difference to any adult inliner. Being smooth on skates and able to do things like stand on one leg as long as you want and jump around are so much more crucial than things we maybe sometimes think are more important, say getting kilometers in or even fitness to some extent. So check that out. There's a free preview. I recommend it. And that's about it here. If you have any questions to downhill skating or ideas for the next video, I would love to hear them, so comment there. And I'm just gonna leave you guys and go skate up this massive hill that I just descended. But gotta maintain a little fitness on my rest days. I hope you want to stay tuned here. Hope you want to follow me on my journey to my 3rd Olympic Games, and just maybe I can help you out with some tips and tricks in a way. See ya.